My name is Brittany Brammer, and today I'm going to talk to you about whether or not airlines should base their prices off of weight. Now, when I originally started thinking about this question and whether or not I want to speak on it, I immediately disagreed and thought there's no way that would ever happen, and it completely wasn't fair because, in my eyes, I saw it as even people who aren't overweight, they shouldn't have to pay more. So if you take me and my boyfriend, for example, I obviously weigh less than he does, and I thought it's not necessarily fair for him to have to pay more than I do, even though he's not overweight. He's at his ideal weight for his height and whatever, and so I thought it was completely unfair. That was until I did some research on the subject matter, and I found out that there's actually a Samoa airline that had already begun basing their ticket prices off of weight. Now, currently, the airlines base their prices off of demand, and based on whether or not there's going to be a lot of flyers that day, they will either increase or decrease the ticket prices. This is not including your baggage. For the Samoa airline, though, I found out that it could actually be a lot cheaper if American Airlines would start basing their ticket prices off of weight. Now, the Samoa airline charges between 93 cents and $1.06 for each 2.2 pounds. Now, for me, I know that when I flew, I think last time I flew was last year and I went to Chicago, I think I paid a little over $300. It was $600 round trip for just me. And that seems expensive, but compared to all the other ticket prices I found, it was actually pretty cheap. So for now, if I were to fly to Samoa on their airlines, I weigh on an average 120 pounds, and for $1.06 for every 2.2 pounds, that would put me at about $58. That is so super cheap. Like, I would love to pay that every time I flew rather than 200 plus when I'm lucky to find that price. Right now, that's a total perk if you think about it. And another thing they talked about in this article I read was that even if a person is overweight, they're paying for that weight. Airlines when they pay for gas and stuff, they don't base how much money they spend off of how many seats are in each row. They base it off of how much weight they're going to be carrying, which is why we pay more if our bags are overweight. So wouldn't it make sense that if our bags are overweight and we pay more, we should also pay more if we are overweight? Now, this is coming up on a sensitive topic because a lot of people are going to think this is degrading, dehumanizing, and discriminating. I personally don't think it is because I feel like Americans are so easily pushed towards being overweight, and it's so hard for everyone to be healthy with all of our options we have that it's not discriminating. You know when you're overweight and you know when you're not. So if you're not, it's not a big deal, and if you are, you're just going to have to pay for that. It's nothing against you, and it's nothing it's not like the airlines think badly of you. They just need to make up their money for that. Another thing that I think could potentially be bad, not for the flyers, but for the airline companies, is that they need to be making money off these flights. People raise prices so that they can sell it for a little bit more and make some money off their stuff. If airlines basically just sold the tickets for exactly what the weight was, they would make no money. They would make enough money just to cover the expenses of that flight, and it wouldn't necessarily be fair if they didn't make a little bit of money. I mean, to us flyers, that's not a big deal, and we don't care if they make money, but if you look at it from a business point, it makes a lot of sense. So maybe instead of doing just $1.06 per 2.2 pounds, they could raise it to $2 or something, and even that would still be so much cheaper than they have it now. I mean, I would love to fly at $58 one way and in the back way. That's less than half of what I would pay for a one-way flight now. In addition to paying by weight, the Samoa Airlines also have you pay for your baggage just like American Airlines do, which is totally fair. If you take more, you should pay more. So when I first thought about this, I was totally against it, and now I would completely urge airlines to make people pay based on their weight. If you weigh more, it's going to take more gas to transport you, and it's simple as that. It's nothing against anyone, and we're not discriminating against anyone. It's just facts. So I hope I informed you a little bit about what is going on here and maybe push you to agree with me and see that airlines should base it off weight. No matter what weight you are, it's still going to be cheaper than it is now. So thank you for listening.